the network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AV Nation.
This is AV Nation.
Hey, this is Matt from AVNation.tv. You're joining another great episode of the AVApps Show with myself and my good friend, the one, the only, Philip Cordell. You know him as Hi-Fi. Say hello, my friend.
Hey, my friend.
What's going on, dude?
Glad to be here.
I know. So we're back for our second episode after we both had the little ones that are running, or not running, but they're crawling now and getting into all kinds of things and making me realize that my house is not really a kid-friendly house.
Yeah, I completely understand, man. And so much to do, so many sharp corners to cover.
Gosh, you're not kidding. I'm amazed at how quickly he can find something to pull on, yank down, including, and I don't know if Eason's found this yet, but Cohen has found our CO2 detectors.
Ooh.
And he loves to rip those out of the wall. It's fantastic.
That's crazy, man.
It is, but we digress. Let's get into another great app. Do you know what's on the docket today, my friend?
I believe we're going to be looking at the Peerless video wall configurator.
That is correct. Let me pull this up real quick. Now, this is fantastic because I was actually dealing with this situation today on site and got to utilize this app. So when you load it up, we all know Peerless. They're one of the many manufacturers that makes great mounting products. And this one is specific to their video wall mounts. So when you load the app, you're greeted with this lovely little entrance page where you can come in and select your orientation. Let's go with landscape. Whoops. It's getting excited. It's ready to drive. Ooh, there we go. So we're going to select our landscape orientation. Oh, and I'm killing the app. All right, so we may edit this. Sorry, Georgie. All right, so let's look at this app. Once it opens up, you get this lovely little menu page that gets you started. So let's hop right in, select our orientation, which is, let's say, crap. Hold on, let me completely reload it. All right, so let's launch this app. It's going to pop right in and load right up nicely for us. So right from the get-go, you see you've got a couple of options to start with. So let's hop right in, and we're going to select a landscape mode. Maybe a portrait mode. Maybe no modes at all. Oh, there we go. Then we're going to select our model. Now, I don't know if you, Phil, if you guys do a lot of these mounts, but I know we use these a lot, and we always go for the landscape with the quick release. So we're going to go right in and select that bad boy. We're going to select
LQR.
Yeah, LQR. And even though I'm Canadian, we're going to select inches because that's what still makes sense to me. So you can come right in here.
Good for you.
I know, right? You can come right in, select your display width. So let's give this a display width of 48 inches. A display height of, I don't know, let's say 28 seems about right. Now, the display to the sidewall, so if there's a measuring point you can go off, let's say we're 60 inches from that sidewall, and we want our display to be 36 inches off the floor. So you do that, or I should say the bottom of the video wall from 36 off the floor. You hit calculate dimensions, and bada bing, bada boom, you have got a lovely little chart for showing where you're mounting that first panel. Now I know this is going to be a little bit small for everybody at home, but download the app, you'll get a feel for it. So what's great about this is it's showing you the distance from the floor to the wall, which you entered, the distance from the floor to the bottom of the display, which again you entered, but then it shows you the distance from the wall to the keyhole and the floor to the keyhole, which is essentially that mounting point to get this mount installed and mounted exactly where you want it to be. Now, I don't know about you, my friend, but this is always one of the hardest things that we have to deal with, especially with new techs, guys coming in. I don't want to say they have trouble, but it can sometimes be a bit of a challenge to get them to understand exactly where that mount needs to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the most important aspect of installing a video wall is getting that first one right.
Exactly.
This looks like a great app for that. Honestly, we use typically one of the competitors' mounting solutions for video walls, and it works great. You know, their entire solution. And there may be an app, but I haven't seen it if there is. So this one I certainly like. Kind of lays out the groundwork for getting you rolling in the right direction.
Exactly, and obviously, you know, this one is specific to Peerless, but given the fact that if you are a Peerless dealer, this is a fantastic app to be using to make sure that your techs and your guys in the field always know exactly where that mount needs to go. And the thing I, kind of love about it is the fact that you could do this before your techs even get on site. You could give them all these measurement points, and then they can go in and just hang and bang and go, which I like.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'd like to take this moment to directly address some of the video wall installers. Hey, you out there on the internet, hanging those crooked, wonky video walls.
Exactly.
Why don't you grab this Peerless app and do it right? You know, it's easy.
It is, and that way you won't have those unsightly gaps and crooked displays. Come on, up your game. Peerless has got a wonderful little app for you. You can do better. We applaud you to do better. All right, my friend, let's mount this in, or I'm sorry, let's mount this. Let's rate this lovely app in panels. What do you say?
Flat panels, man, I'd give this, I'd give this a solid 4 out of 5. And that's only because in having used the app a few times in the past, it may have crashed out on me once or twice. I may have witnessed it crash out on others once or twice. And so, I'll give it a solid 4 because it does what it says it's going to do,
I'd agree with you. I give it about a 3.5 to a 4, just because, yeah, it has been a little buggy on me. I'm not gonna lie, a little buggy. But again, from doing exactly what it sets out to do, it does that very well. It doesn't have anything additional that throws us off. It just stinking works, other than the couple little bugs that happen every now and again. But notwithstanding, definitely a nice little app. I'm pretty happy with it. You can find this on, obviously, the App Store. I didn't check. We'll check it and throw it in the show notes, whether this is available on Android, but I know for sure it's available on iOS devices. So go out, grab this app, especially if you're a Peerless dealer. It may not be as effective if you're not a Peerless dealer, but maybe it'll encourage you to become one. So, Phil, this was a great episode. I like this app a lot. For more information on where people can catch up with you, where should they find you?
Come find me on the internet, Matt. You can find me on Twitter at @the_AV_pro. Find me on my website, theavprofessional.com. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/highfidelity, HIPHIDELITY. Hadn't been a whole lot of fresh new content lately since I've been just cradling up that little bundle of joy.
Nice.
But I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things. So.
Beautiful. All right. So for more information on me and to connect with me, you can visit pretty much anything under Matt D. Scott. Not anything, but most things, Matt D. Scott, you'll find me. You can hit me on Twitter. And definitely you can always find me at avnation.tv, where you'll find this show, the AV App Show, as well as a whole slew of other great shows, including AV Week, our flagship show. Definitely check that out. And we want to thank you for watching. So enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you on another episode of the AV App Show. Boom.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
This is AV.
This
is AV Nation.
This is AV Nation.